And if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start very soon. So please stay tuned. Hello everybody, and welcome back to what is another video. We're still sticking with the National Hunt horses for this video. It's the day after Cheltenham Trials Day here in the UK. Them races, they were what they were. I had a couple of maybes that I was watching. Hopefully, it was a shame that neither of them impressed me enough, really, as a UK-based horse to make me think that they were worth picking up at this stage. But we're going to take a look at a horse that did impress me in the month of January last week, and then we will all get on with our lives. Before I start, it's worth flagging up even more so now, this website, repcicracing2020.great/site.net. There's actually plenty of National Hunt horses on here that I was looking at today on there, and including actually a relative of the horse that we're taking a look at now. And that horse is the Willie Mullins trained, owned by Ireland's biggest gambler, J.P. McManus, sired by Westerner, out of a dam called Mirazur West. I mean, I've been trying to get this horse on side all season, to be fair, but it fluffed its lines over Christmas. Well, I say fluffed its lines. It was beaten by a horse that was runner-up in a Group 1 hurdle. And then it's finally come out on the 24th of January and won by 11 lengths, running to a slightly improved mark of 126. I mean, this horse here could be anything, this 6-year-old gelding. We're going to take a look at the pedigree of the horse quickly. Mirazur West, you will see. People look at that. This is a family B27. And I can hear you all looking at the screen now going, Newman, what on earth is that? B27. It sounds like a road that goes past my house. All the others have been numbers. What's all this? What's this shenanigans you're giving us here? So I better clear that up first, I think. Using the thoroughbred site that I do use, you can see that we're in trouble straight away with this line, because it's a half-bred family, which means it's a non-thoroughbred horse, a thoroughbred sire and a non-thoroughbred mare, usually. But it can be the other way round. And you'll see that the family here, that the book stops at B26. So we now know from that this is a recent addition, really. What does that mean, people are saying? I had to go to another site here, Thoroughbred Heritage. I'll read you a little bit from that and then we'll crack on with the horse. The B designation was applied by Captain Kazimierz Bobinski and Count Stefan Zamoyski, who published the Family Tables of Racehorses in 1953 to half-bred families. Normally what they are, like it says there, they're like Irish sports horses, wherever they are, a bit like AQPS in France. So we know that this family wasn't in this book in 1953. A very recent addition, you would fair to say, or I don't think it is that one. I've had a little look back through it, and there's nothing that would indicate to me that it is that one. But if it is, it is. So, really, if you click on, there's nothing really that we can use these sites for, unfortunately, today, because they don't seem to be thoroughbred horses. You'll see this site is also slightly behind, you see. This site is deemed as not the horse having not raced, when in fact it's actually gone round 3 times. And nobody that's maintaining this site has noticed. So it is what it is, these non-thoroughbred horses and jumps horses on these sites that I use, because pedigree sites are really for colts, aren't they? And fillies, not horses that can't breed, like geldings. But this is a very well-bred horse, whatever specification of horse it is. This is a very well-bred horse. I'm going to show you why I think that now. Before I start, we can take a look at a few dams. Obviously, we'll take a look Probably the first 4 dams of this horse, because you'll see there that the 4th dam was actually foaled in 1963, and the 5th dam was foaled 14 years after World War II. So this is probably the oldest pedigree that we've had a look at in this time. Before we take a look at the first mare, though, I'm going to show you this horse here. The horse that's actually on Reprieve Media CIC Racing. Fernie Hollow. You'll see a full brother. Fernie Hollow is a full brother to Mirazur West, 147 rated hurdler, 141 rated National Hunt flat horse, and 168 rated chaser. But what the horse has been is blighted by injuries. The horse has nearly had as many years in racing as it is runs. The horse made its debut in 1818, 6 years ago, and the horse has only had 7 runs. But what you'll see there is the form of the horse is absolutely superb. It is the winner of the 2020 Cheltenham Bumper Champion at Cheltenham, where it beat the subsequent Supreme Novices Hurdle winner by 2.5 lengths. Appreciate it. You see it's got another victory over another Cheltenham Festival winner there as well, Bob Ollinger. Well, that was a 1-3 shot to beat Bob Ollinger in a hurdle. People all saw what Bob Ollinger did after that. Then he got injured. That was its only hurdle start, 147 in a maiden hurdle. And then they managed to get it on the track twice in 2021, including when it won a Grade 1 chase in 2021, the Racing Post Novices Chase, where it ran to its best chase mark of 168. This horse now 9, hasn't been retired. They're still trying to get it in some sort of racing shape. Top class horse, without any shadow of a doubt. Fernie Hollow. We're going to take a look at some of the dams now. Mirazur the dam was foaled in 1997, sired by a Westerner. And you'll see there that she was unraced. The second dam of the horse, Higher Again, foaled in 1989 and sired by what really was a superb National Hunt stallion, a Strong Gale. That was foaled in 1989, and again, whether these horses are actually unraced, you saw it Miss Mirazur West go round, but we're going to trust it. The third dam, foaled in 1977. It's called Highboard, sired by Highline. I must admit, I don't really know much about that stallion. And the fourth dam matchboard was foaled in 1963, and she raced 21 times. And it doesn't say how many times that she was in the first 3, sired by Straight Deal, out of a dam foaled in 1959, called Royal Alliance. So, as you see, a lot of these National Hunt mares, they can be unraced. And these ones, according to this site, certainly are. But we've already seen that through the very close full brother to this horse, Fernie Hollow, this horse has got quite a high ceiling. We need to reinforce that by looking at a few more, I think. So that is what I intend to do now. We'll start with Hersov. Hersov is out of Higher Again, so Mirazur is a half, I think, this time, unless he was by good time. He isn't. Hersov is by Roselia, half sister, half brother to the dam. 130 rated chaser, 129 rated hurdler. Back in the day when Irish racing was what it was. I remember this horse going round a few times. It was a fair horse as well when Nicky Henderson had it, but I remember it more as a hunter chaser. It used to go round. Definitely. And you'll see there, that's the one we're really interested in. It's actually a Grade A placed handicap chaser. The horse was placed in the 2005 Grade A Pierce Leopardstown handicap chase, beaten 4 lengths behind Marcus de Burle. So again, a relatively high level of form brought to the table. It was also running a Grade 3 there. It was pulled up behind Grey Abbey. Oh, that must have been the Scottish Grand National. And it was. Of 2004. And then we're getting into some serious prospects there after that. Morley Street, sired by Deep Run out of Highboard. We all know that Highboard is the third dam of Mirazur West. Morley Street, absolutely world-class horse, winner of 20 of his 45 runs under rules and still just over $500,000. How can you win that feeble amount of money for winning that for that many races? And people have the nerve to say that this is a current thing that we're going through for poor prize money. Horses in the UK have always, and Ireland, have always raced for peanuts. 1989 Grade 2 winner there, won the Mum Prize Novices Hurdle at Aintree in 1989. Pretty sure that's a Grade 1 race now. It won another Grade 2 hurdle at Aintree in 1990. The Aintree Hurdle, I think that's the same race, running now to a mark of 166 over hurdles. We've had 160 plus over fences and hurdles, and we've only ever looked at 2 horses. It ran better there. It ran there in a 2 mile 4 furlong race, and it raced to 168. It won a Grade 2 race there, the Ascot Hurdle. In 1990, it won the Breeders' Cup Chase by 11 lengths. No odds given. It won by 11 lengths there at Belmont. I bet that would have been quite funny at the time. No wonder the US bookies didn't really want to lay that horse. And then it's when it went chasing, really. And back to hurdling after that. Grade 1 novice chase, pulled up behind Sparkling Flame. Didn't really reach the heights, did it, as a chaser? So it's back to hurdling. Another win at Newbury in 1991. Before it landed the 1991 Champion Hurdle, running to a mark of 170. The Aintree Hurdle had been upgraded then in 1991. So he thought I'd won it as a Group 2 a couple of times. Be very rude not to. 171 rating there for winning by 6 lengths. The year after that, 1991, it won another Breeders' Cup Chase at Fair Hills, following up with another win at Ascot in the Ascot Hurdle. And that 1991, running again to a mark of 170. It was only 6th in the Champion Hurdle behind Royal Gate, winning again at Aintree in a Grade 1 worth £27,000. Look at that. Embarrassing. These people, they just upgrade the racing and don't upgrade the money. That's been happening. That happens all the time. Martel Aintree Hurdle, Grade 1 there now. And then back to Cheltenham in 1992 for winning the Elite Hurdle over Granville again. That's an interesting one. And a win there. And then it was beaten again at our first time at Aintree. And again, beaten at Cheltenham in 1992 by Halkopus. 12th in the 1993 Champion Hurdle. And that loves Aintree, this horse, didn't it? Aintree Hurdle again, winner there. 166 when ridden by famous race fixer, allegedly Graham Bradley, the jockey. So it's carrying him round and still winning races. Just how good is this horse? You'll see there that what a career the horse had, Morley Street. Touched on Granville again there. We're going to have a touch on him a lot more now, because Granville again is actually Morley Street's full brother. Sired by Deep Run, out of Highboard, winner of 12 of his 30 races over rules and just over absolute pittance of 200,000. Imagine having a horse like that and not even being a millionaire, a fifth of a millionaire after it. You wouldn't bother, would you? 1991 winner there, won a few novice hurdles. Grade 2 novice hurdle winner of the Dovecote Novices Hurdle, rated into a mark of 151. Second behind Destriero in the 1991 Supreme Novices Hurdle. Then off to Aintree, victory there. 1991, it went straight through, winning 4 races there between December and January, the culmination of which was a Grade 2 Champion Hurdle trial worth £8,000 to the winner. Absolutely embarrassing English racing is. 160 winner there, £16,000 winner of whatever race that was, worth £16,000. And then it ran to a mark of 165 at Ayr in another £8,000 Grade 2. The Scottish Champion Hurdle in April. Fell in the Royal Gates Champion Hurdle. So you had Morley Street and Granville again going round in the same Champion Hurdle there. In 1993, Granville again won the Champion Hurdle, beating Royal Derby, went into a mark of 164. And then, as we know, Morley Street beat it at Aintree in the epic Battle of the Four Brothers that was worth £30,000 to the winner. He's put on a show like that and they get £30,000 for winning it. I'd have run the race at home and not bothered putting it on the course. 7th out of 15 there behind Flaky Dove in the 1994 champion hurdle. And then it struggled to get round towards the end of its career, even running in an Aintree hurdle at 30 handicap hurdle in 1996, where it was going round at 33 to 1. What a horse. Granville again, full brother to the horse we've just looked at, Morley Street. And they're out of the third dam of our horse, Mirazur West. Absolutely frightening. What's that there? That's just a list of families that I didn't need now. We're going to take a look at some other horses now that, despite not being directly on the line, are very closely related to this horse. City Island is one. People remember that one for putting in a fantastic run when it beat Champ in the 2019 Ballymore, running to a mark of 155. Up to £70,000 now for Grade 1 races. And you'll see that horse really, after that run, went off the edge of a cliff. There's no other word for it. You know, never really showed the same level of form again. You'll see there that Highboard is the second dam of City Island. The dam Victorine out of Highboard, very closely related to our horse. As is Fury Road, fantastic servant. Two connections, the Bilderbergs, but rather than retire the horse and look after him, what they did is they sold him. You see that a lot of times with these studs, National Hunt studs. You know, well, as soon as the horse becomes no use to them, they just get rid of it. Happens quite a lot. Not like on the flat where they look after them and they give them a nice retirement home. Places like Old Friends Farm in America, you know, that houses all these old retired stallions. There's none of that over the jumps. As soon as this horse becomes of no use to the Bilderberger, Michael O'Leary just gets rid of it. Couldn't care less what happens to it. I'd dread to think what he'd have done with the horse if nobody bought it. You know, one of them, innit? You've seen what Gordon Elliott thinks. You know, Gordon Elliott trained Fury Road. You've seen the pictures of Gordon Elliott. You know, these things, they speak for themselves. Sometimes on occasions, these horses are in the hands of some unscrupulous people. Fury Road was a good horse in its own right as a novice hurdler, winning a Grade 3 and a Grade 2, which is when I identified him back in 2019, where he's running consistently in the 140s. And then he ran in what was a pulsating edition, really, of the Albert Bartlett. I don't think I can remember a better edition, really, in my life. In 2020, where he was third, beating the neck behind Monkfish. And I think the second that day was a latest exhibition. And the fourth was Time Hill, you know. Not bad for what the disparaging people call the potato race. Ran to his best mark there of 152 that year. He then won a grade 2 hurdle again in November 2020. A level weights race out of Novice Company, went into a mark of 152. Finishing fourth behind Flooring Porter in what was really an interrupted campaign that season. I remember it well. He didn't really get the runs into him that I'd have liked. He was then chasing for the horse in November 2021. And on his third start, he beat a subsequent Irish Grand National winner in the 2021 Neville Hotels Chase, went into a mark similar to his hurdle mark, 158, to win an Irish Group 1. He was then second behind Ahoy Senior, when there was an insult really, rated to 159. That was his best performance in 2022. And then he had another one, a Grade 2 chase at Down Royal in November, the Event Sec Chase, went into a mark of 159. His best two chase runs were in defeat, really, 162, where he's third in two Leopardstown Grade 1s behind both Galopin de Champs and Conflated. Very consistent horse there, I think it's fair to say. Consistent, durable horse, apart from that 1 year where he needed to be durable, I think. And as a consequence, I'm not sure his chase mark is fair. I think he's probably a bit better than that. Very good horse, though, Fury Road. People will see. Victorine, who was the dam of the previous horse, City Island, is the second dam of Fury Road. Molly Duffy is the dam of Fury Road, and Highboard, the third dam. Absolutely frightening pedigree, this horse, Mirazur West. This one was deemed not good enough to have its own page on the thoroughbred breeding. Major Rumpus, 144 rated chaser and 140 rated hurdler. Suddenly died, I think, in that race there. broke leg destroyed. That's how the Racing Post, you see. This is the Racing Post. This is what I will always say. These are no guardians of racing history. You know, they just cast the horse away, destroy the horse. It wasn't destroyed. It was humanely euthanized. You know, these people, where do they get this terminology from that they use? That might have been written a long time ago. I don't think they'd use that now. 1996, Sun Alliance Chase behind Narthen Lad. That was a good horse. It fell, sadly. But it won a Grade 2 novice chase at Leopardstown before that. The whatever race that was. The Win Electric novice steeplechase final. And it went to its highest best chase mark of 144. Placed in Grade 1 novice hurdle behind Treble Bob the year before. That was his best hurdle run. The champion hurdle, they don't even dare tell you how much money that was worth. 26th of April 1995, it ran to a mark of 140. Grade 3 winner over hurdles, winning at Fairy House, the Fairy House Easter Festival novice hurdle. Grade 3, that's where they won the Irish Grand National. They took a mark of 129 to win that. Ran good races as a maiden hurdler the year before that as well. Mid 140s horse suddenly died aged, when did it die? 88, 96, 8. You'll see this also out of a dam called Premier Susan. I really should have had this tab open before I started. Apologies for that. And you'll see that Premier Susan is also out of Matchboard, who is the 4th dam of Mirazur West. It's important that people know how these horses fit in. Bells Hill is the next one, a horse I know very well. Used to run for my favourite owners, the Wileys, for Howard Johnson, and later on Willie Mullins. You'll see that Bells Hill was a very good horse, really. Nothing else to say about the horse. It won the Irish, the champion Punchestown Bumper in 2015. Was it ever trained by Howard Johnson, this one? Telling me there it wasn't. Okay. Willie Mullins all the way then, this one. 2015 Punchestown Bumper winner, where it ran to a mark of 140 over bump in hurdles. Novice hurdle again. Grade 2 winner. Grade 1 novice hurdle winner there. But there's actually that race there in the Aintree novice hurdle of 2016, the Sefton, where he was deemed to have run his best hurdle race of 155. Beaten the neck by Ballyoptic. He then won another Grade 1, beating Coney Island in April of 2016. Running to a mark of 150. A top horse this was. Novice chase Grade 2 there, running to a mark of 149, where it beats Haymount. Balco de Flo, it smashed that. I think that might have won an Irish National a Grand National recently, I'm not 100% sure. And it was third in the RSA of 2017, behind Mike Bite. Beaten 10 lengths, admittedly, where it ran to a mark of 157. It was in its second season, it won its Grade 1s. Grade 1 winning chase there, 2018, where it beat Jackadam in the Punchestown Gold Cup. It then beat Road to Respect in the Unibet Irish. The awful bookie who closed my account. Never use Unibet. Unibet is a rotten bookmaker, honestly. The Scandinavian tin pot bookie. A Gold Cup run in Ireland there, Leopardstown, where it ran to a mark of 169. Deemed to have actually run to 172 when it beat Jackadam at Punchestown. And then it lost its way a bit as it got older. The horse clearly declined with age, one of them. And then Graham Wiley sadly got rid of it. Willie Mullins to Sandy Thompson, first run. And then the horse sadly died as an 11-year-old. Top class horse again, though. 172 over chases, 155 hurdles, 114 national hunt. Absolutely magnificent horse. And you'll see there, this one, you've got to go quite a way back. Queen's Arms, the 5th dam of Bells Hill, foaled in 1948, is actually the 6th dam of Mirazur West. And there you have it, Queen's Arms. So that one, Bells Hill, a bit further back, excuse me, than some of the others. Love it, love the higher law. I mean, I never actually knew this was on this family until the other day. This was a very good horse. Sadly died again, aged 5 years old. Sired by Presenting. You'll see that was only ran in bumpers. It won the Grade 1 Punchestown bumper in 2011. Ran into a mark of 138. And then sadly died before its novice hurdle campaign. You see, Love is the Higher Law. Love the Higher Law. High Board is the second dam of it. And the dam of it is called Marquesa. You think, has he finished yet? Case closed. No. One man. Absolutely incredible horse this was. Grey. Trained in the UK. I'm sure everybody who loves racing remembers this horse. It took a while to come to the top level class of the table. One of the rare horses that actually raised through the handicap. 1994, it won the Hennessy by 2 lengths, running to a mark of 152 when it was a Grade 3 handicap. It then won a couple more handicaps and chases before making its mark then in the 1996 King George, when it won by 14 lengths, running to a mark of 178 in the 1996 King George. 6th in the Gold Cup, won by Imperial Cool, before winning a Charlie Hall chase and a King George in 1996. Again, beating the subsequent Grand National winner, Rough Quest, by 12 lengths, running to a mark of 177. 1997 ahead by Barton Bank at Cheltenham Festival. In Cheltenham. Sorry, that was a Class B race. Don't even know why I mentioned that. And then another Grade 2 winner, won the 1997 Charlie Hall Chase, won the 1997 Peterborough Chase by beating Viking Flagship by 9 lengths. What a race. What they've done to that race now is obviously a bit of a disgrace. It then beat Strong Promise in the Comet and Sony Chase, whatever race that is. Ascot Chase, I suppose. 177 it ran to there. And then it won the Queen Mother Champion Chase in 1998 by 4 lengths, beating All Royal by, I think that's a pipe horse, ran into a mark of 173. It then, so look at that again, dead. One word is all this great horse is given by the Racing Post in 1998, dead. Led the 6th until fell at the 9th, dead. Suddenly died in 1998. Sad to me anyway. The Racing Post just put one word and moved on to filling in the next horse that they had to do on that day. Absolutely incredible horse. One man, multiple Grade 1 winning chaser, rated 179 at his best. They never bothered with hurdles at the end of that. You'll see that one man, you'll see that here's another one with Queen's Arms in his pedigree. Queen's Arms is the 4th dam of one man as well. I know you're all begging for mercy now, but when you're down, I like to kick you. Secret Reprieve, sired by Flemensforth, out of a dam called Oscar's Reprieve. Didn't win many races. A more recent one, this one, 143 racing chase at best. And you'll see that it won the Welsh National of 2021. Grade 3 handicap chase, but they're saying its best run was its race before that, where it ran to a mark of 143. Frustrating horse, really. Never really kicked on at all after winning the Welsh National. I don't know if it's still in training. Pulled up. Didn't say whether it's dead or not this time. So we can only assume that it didn't, unless they'd have loved to tell us. March 2023. Last time the horse was seen. Not been seen this year. The horse is now 10. It's got any entries? No. This is one I've flirted with last year or two, much to my cost, because I think I actually identified it after it won the Welsh National, which can happen, and often does to me. You'll see there, even then after it won that grade race, they still didn't run it in a level weights race, which is what I was always waiting for them to do. But again, like we touched on the video yesterday, mediocrity rules in the UK. Despite being related to that, they didn't run it in a single level weights pattern race. Absolutely shameful piece of campaigning by the connections of Secret Reprieve there. Small-time trainers, obviously. But again, I think that horse was better than that, 143. And you'll see there that Secret Reprieve is another one with both Stroll On and Queen's Arms in your pedigree. I don't think we've got Stroll On and Mirazur West, have we? No, we go straight to a horse called Royal Alliance. Queen's Arms, the 5th dam of this horse, and the 6th dam of Mirazur West. Well, as you can see, what an incredible horse Mirazur West could be. We could have 50 in hand at some point. It's running to a mark of 126. We've seen horses running above 160 and 170 at best on this line. The horse has only ever lost one race. That was to a Grade 1 placed horse on its hurdle debut. I'd love to see it race that horse again in a couple of races' time, even now, maybe. Before we end this video, we're going to watch the horse win this, what can only be described as an egg and spoon maiden hurdle at Fairyhouse. A race where there was actually 2 odds-on favourites in before the start, which in itself is absolutely shameful. Unless the whole of Ireland had backed the dead heat, that should never happen.
White flag raised. And that off. Mirazur West, the leader from Camino Mission. Nice and handy is DB Cooper, followed by El Gasparo on the Harvey's Honour. With the leaders is Railteen Lunrock as they take their first flight. All safely over. Field led by Mirazur West. With moving into second place, El Gasparo. Third is DB Cooper, and fourth is Camino Mission, then Harvey's Honour. Followed in the first time by Darcy's Friend, and on the outside is Jasmine de Cot, who's followed by Do the Math. Ontario Kier is next, and then Hugh Natraw. Flight number 2, over which the leader is Mirazur West from El Gasparo. Slow in mid-division in the check colours Do the Math. El Gasparo followed by DB Cooper, then Camino Mission and Harvey's Honour next with Jasmine de Cot. On the inside is Darcy's Friend and Do the Math. Ontario Kier. Slight mistake by DB Cooper in third place as they come by the winning post for the first time. In the lead is the favourite Mirazur West by 2.5 lengths to El Gasparo, break of 3 to DB Cooper. Disputing the fourth, Camino Mission and Harvey's Honour, and then Jasmine de Cot. Darcy's Friend next with Ontario Kier. Pushed along is Do the Math, and then Hugh Natraw, and Glen River is next, then Boston Bongo. Del Girl on the outside of Holly's Choice, and shuffled back to the rear is Railteen Lunrock. At the first of 2 flights away from the sands, the leader is Mirazur West. From El Gasparo, third is DB Cooper. A gap then to Harvey's Honour, Camino Mission, Jasmine de Cot and Darcy's Friend. Next is Ontario Kier. And then Glen River and Hugh Natraw and Do the Math. Boston Bongo and Del Girl with the final couple, Railteen Lunrock and Holly's Choice. They're spaced out, making the run at the top section of the track. And it's Mirazur West and Mark Walsh bowling along 2.5 in front of El Gasparo and Conor Maxwell.
A lovely travelling horse, isn't it, now, when it settles properly.
Place, DB Cooper and Jack Kennedy, and as these 3 break further away from Harvey's Honour on the inside of Camino Mission, and then Jasmine de Cot and Darcy's Friend next with Ontario Kier. Coming inside the halfway stage, Mirazur West by less than 3 lengths to El Gasparo, almost joined for the second by DB Cooper. Further away from Camino Mission, Harvey's Honour is next, and Jasmine de Cot and Ontario Kier. On the inside as they make the bend is Darcy's Friend. 4 left to jump, and the Easter Festival Early Bird maiden hurdle over 2 miles. In the lead is Mirazur West from El Gasparo. Back into it a definite second, length in front of the third place DB Cooper. Break of 8 then to Jasmine de Cot, who's up into 4th. And then Camino Mission and Harvey's Honour next with Ontario Kier, and then Darcy's Friend and Glen River. 3 flights left to jump, and it's Mirazur West chased all the while by both El Gasparo and DB Cooper. Now 10 up, on in 4th place Jasmine de Cot, heading to the third last flight, taking them back for home. And it's Mirazur West, yet to be headed, leads 2 lengths. El Gasparo, DB Cooper, coming out of the flight on the home bend. Mirazur West into it by a couple of lengths to El Gasparo, rejoined for second by DB Cooper as they run the home turn. DB Cooper, ridden away from that flight, has gone wrong. DB Cooper has been quickly pulled up, as they turn in with 2 left. And it's Mirazur West and El Gasparo separated by a couple of lengths. A long way clear of Jasmine Decott, who's about to hit the straight, a remote third, and then Harvey's Honour. But in line for the final 2 flights is Mirazur West, applying some pressure from the front, coming to the second last. Mirazur West up and over from El Gasparo. A long way clear of the remainder, and with 1 flight left in the Easter Festival Early Bird Maiden Hurdle, it is Mirazur West and Mark Walsh coming away from El Gasparo. And at the final flight, it is Mirazur West over the last from El Gasparo in second. And on the run in, it is Mirazur West making all. In the 4th, the Easter Festival Early Bird Maiden Hurdle. No problems for the odds-on favourite Mirazur West. Second is El Gasparo with Jasmine Decott filling.
Couple of very average jumps at the end there, it's fair to say, by Mirazur West. But these novice and maiden hurdles, they are what they are. Yeah, that one was definitely a case of tries to the front, please, wasn't it? But we've only got only got another week or so of them. It's the Dublin Racing Festival next week, and that is when all pattern racing only over the jumps. From then on until May or June, if we don't mess about with novice hurdles, maiden non-pattern races before that. Very interesting horse though, Mirazur West, moving forward. Is it a work in progress? Absolutely, of course it is. Will it hit the heights of some of its relatives? Who knows? But it certainly will be interesting to watch it go round, at least over novice chasing as well. It might fall short over hurdles, but what about when it goes beginners chasing? Novice chasing. Time will tell. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. What I will do is I'll leave you a couple of steers on the video end screens, as always. I'll leave you a link to the copy of our National Hunt playlist that we've got on the channel, and I will also leave a link to those allowing you to subscribe to the channel if you've watched this video and have chosen not to subscribe already. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing this video to you. I've looked at some form of some proper old favourites brought them to the current day, which is exactly what people need to do. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day and look after yourself. Goodbye.